This is SliccTown Records. This is one of his feature songs. Oh, that light behind me is a killer. So that was No Flaws, produced by Trey Ball on the beat. So that was Mr. Jamal Ingram of SliccTown Records. He was here last week rocking the show. We had a lot of people, so many people that was zoomed in. We had lawyer Matt Cook. We had Jamal Ingram. We had Chris Collins. We had Noah Wan. We had Chantel Davis. We had Chris, I believe, Smith. We had Phoenix Business Solutions zoomed in. We had Mary's Watch zoomed in. Like, we had a fire live show. Like 10, 11 people were all zoomed in or came in all at once. Miss Honeycutt definitely came and talked about her situation as far as being a tenant in Missouri. And we all focused on how to come around Miss Honeycutt. And so to all the people that's been calling me about your tennis issues right now, baby, best believe I'm assembling different groups of people to come together to try and assist you. No, not try, to assist you. There are so many things that are going on right now. It's just been hard to be able to get everybody on one accord. And yes, and I'm glad that the boys enjoyed themselves, Miss Hawkins, for Christmas. And you're right, there's so many things going on, so many things. And I want to address right now, real quick, before we get into the show, to all the people who are going through something right now. You and I both know it is crazy right now trying to get people to come in, to do inspections, to do estimates, to do anything for tenants. Like, it has been a hard time with it being the holidays. Please, everybody, do not give up. I've heard so many tears. So many people don't even have heat right now. And I understand what you're going through because I went through it too. So for all those families out there, please just hug each other, love each other, and definitely believe that we are still working on this. Obviously, I never give up. And I was sending things out for people on the holiday just to let people know that there are people out there that do need assistance, regardless if you call it a holiday or not. So we are getting feedback. We are getting assistance. There's just a lot of different people coming with a lot of different ideas. And that takes time to be able to get through all the different things that people want to bring to the table. So I definitely want to say a huge hug, a huge shout out, a huge just love to everyone out there. And for all the people that I know are missing loved ones, you know, that's another one that I received. You know, I have went through a lot with my family. And so I'm just going to say you can mourn people alive or dead. You really can. You really can. So huge shout out to the people out there that is definitely going through something emotional. You know, it's just, it's a weird time out there. It's weird. And so going into this new year, you know, we all predicted something really big for 2020. So I'm scared to say anything about anything of going into the new year, other than be prepared that the new year could be just as crazy as this past year in reality. So with that being said, we got Chris Collins. He's building houses. So for people who are willing to learn trades, that's where you would go to. That's where I would send you to, Mr. Chris Collins, because he's the man that's putting materials together. He's bringing plans. He's bringing reality to be able to house certain people. Another person I would bring definitely to the table, Mr. Noah Wan. He sang his heart out last week. I always love and respect people who got talents and who's willing to show it. I love and respect the fact that Miss Davis came in and was doing the videography, you know, video production. I love that fact that she sat at the table. She got up to come and do something that had nothing to do with her, but able to promote the show. And I definitely appreciate that. Oh, and I see you watching. Hey, boo-boo. So I definitely want to give a huge shout out to so many people that has definitely stepped up their game and is really assisting Raleigh renters with many, many different things. We all need help. And I believe that we're starting to learn how to respect each other. And I think that's a huge part to say within itself. And many times when you bring groups of people together, it's hard to have everybody respect each other. But it's starting to really happen. People are really starting to understand what happened to you You cannot tell that's what happened to somebody else. You have to let them tell their story of what happened to them. And I appreciate everybody who is contacting folks, bringing people in, and making sure that we are a strong net. We are a bond. We are an entity. This is not easy to do all this. And I appreciate everyone who is taking the time to be involved to get in it. And as far as Miss Honeycutt, we have a lady who's going through things. She's disabled. She has 4 kids. I've been in this house. This house is horrendous. To her, I give her a hug for everything that she's going through or trying to keep up and keep things going. We are definitely going to assist. I am looking for more advocates to come and speak out on her behalf. Like I said, she is disabled. She does not have a vehicle. There are certain things that it's just not easy for her to be able to do. So if you have a vehicle, there will be something that you could do on her behalf. One of the things people ask, what can we do? In Riverview, for example, tenants cannot get an inspection. That's a problem. Tenants need to be able to request an inspection in any municipality that they live in. Jennings, Riverview, they can't. That's a problem. So I need for people, whether you live there or not, to be able to want to give a phone call, maybe write a letter, send a fax, do whatever. Find out these people's names and let it be known that this is a policy that is written. That's a backwards policy. Tenants should be able to get an inspection on a rental property so they can prove whether or not they are living in something that is substandard. Without having some professional come in, it's just your word against the landlord. That's not helping. That's the job of the municipality, is to make sure the community is safe. It's to make sure that business that's being conducted is being conducted in a fair manner in nature to both parties, not just one. And if it's written that they can't come in and do an inspection, then that tenant is not getting the assistance or relief that they need to be able to tackle a slumlord. So I thank you to everybody who has stepped in. So as we try to get everyone situated here, I'm going to go into, let me see, another song that hopefully it will allow me to play, but maybe not if it has been registered. I do love this one because many people are in a struggle right now.
Struggle. Yeah. Struggle, nigga.
All right, be back.
They don't even know, man. Struggle. So, I'm gonna go ahead and let them know a little bit of something. Put them in the mind of a real nigga. Real talk. Struggle.
I swear they don't know the struggle of a real nigga. So much stress it'll kill you. When you're real, they don't feel you. Your baby mom on your ass, cause she all in the feelings. All this hoping and wishing, make you think about killing. I swear they don't know the struggle of a real nigga. So much stress it'll kill you. When you're real, they don't feel you. Your baby mom on your ass, cause she all in the feelings. All this hoping and wishing, make you wanna stop dealing. 1979, a real nigga was born to a family torn. Made me ready for war. No mother to love, somewhere out there cracked out. Abusive father stressed out, beat me till I blacked out. My presence hella dark, you wonder why I spark. They threw me in the deep blue sea, came out of shore. My teeth is razor sharp, you better have heart. It's a dirty game, being soft won't get you far. Picked up my pen and my paper after my strap, bruh. Write about these licks and murders that I survived, sir. I could have been in jail, a one-way trip to hell. Because fake homies and BMs want me to fail. But that's okay though, just stack my pesos. Even though the government take a half my check, yo. Will I shed this hard shell? Only time will reveal. Walk in my shoes, little dirty, yeah, the struggle is real.
Man, you gotta know the struggle. Everybody ain't built for it. But I just want y'all to know, y'all can get through it. Just keep your head up. Struggle.
I swear they don't know the struggle of a real nigga. So much stress it'll kill you. When you're real, they don't feel you. Your baby mom on your ass, cause she all in the feelings. All this hoping and wishing, make you think about killing. they don't know the struggle of a real nigga. So much stress it'll kill you. When you're real, they don't feel it. Your baby mama on your ass, cause she all in the feelings. All this hoping and wishing make you wanna stop dealing.
And that is The Struggle by Tweezy the Don, and I think everybody understands that one, because that is a struggle. Many people going through something, and there's definitely a struggle right now that we are all facing, trying to get up out of this 2020 and going into 2021. And so huge shout out to Tweezy the Don for the song Struggle. I ain't listened to it in a minute, but it definitely hit the spot. Many people are struggling with something. And so getting into today's interview of ending out this year, what's your struggle? Anybody got a struggle going on? Justin, you got a struggle going on?
I'm overwhelmed sometimes.
We all are overwhelmed. We got a struggle. As tenants out here, there's definitely always some form of a struggle going on that keeps us from being able to get the things that we need, the services, or the amount of money that we spending. We don't get the money. We don't get out of the money of what we end up spending on a lot of these properties. A lot of times we're supposed to be able to be happy. We're supposed to be able to enjoy, but we don't get any of that. A lot of times we just complaining. We complaining and spending, and that's a problem. And getting people to hear that, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it's cuckoo for people to understand where other people are coming from when everybody's being put in this big melting pot. And so I don't represent every tenant. I represent tenants that's been through some things, though. I represent tenants that may have been put into a condemned building. I represent tenants like out in Blackjack, Missouri, that during the pandemic started having extra money taken out of their account without ever signing a lease or a contract, without ever giving consent for this extra money to be taken out. And so Miss Marion Howley has just now received a letter from the Kendallwood Apartments addressing the less of rent that she's turned in because of the excess rent that they took out. So as we get ready to advocate for Miss Marion Howley and her situation of having rent taken out right around April or May, that was more than her lease was agreed upon. So she's a 16-year tenant in Kendallwood Apartments out in Blackjack, Missouri, fighting a new leasing company that's come in that started taking more money out of her account when it's called a pandemic. Let that sink in. She's 77 years old. So 16-year tenant, now fighting for her house because she wants peace. She just wants to be able to pay one rent, one amount, one agreed upon rent amount. Okay? So we will continue that venture. So definitely, many people have a lot of struggles going on in life. And if you're a family member that's contacted me, make sure that you're sitting down and if they're complaining to you about, they're paying more than what they should, look at their bills. Go look at their rent receipts. Look at their bank receipts. That's what I meant. Look at their financial records and see if maybe they are having more money taken out than what they originally agreed to. That is their complaint. So why wouldn't it be real if that's what they're saying? Go to their house. See if they have heat, if that is their complaint. See how they're living. If it look like there's holes in the wall from the kids, then those aren't the people I represent. Now, if it look like there's a hole in the roof, now those are the people I represent. If you could feel the air coming in the windows and the doors, those are the people that I represent. If it looks like there's a structural problem, those are the people that I represent. So a lot of those people right now, they are facing evictions. There is plenty of people right now that is going through evictions, even though you have been told there's a CDC eviction moratorium. There is in theory, and it's only if you respect it. If you don't respect it, then you just go around it and you don't adhere to it. And so some judges, some counties, they don't respect it, and they just go around it. So for the people who has went through an eviction, a lot of them are finding out that it's not as easy to be able to move again. So a lot of times, and during the discussion of last week, it was talked about, well, why don't they just move? Or if they call someone, they'll be able to find someone else. That's cute in theory, but you got to find that other person. So while you're saying you will find someone with a good heart, that good heart hasn't been found yet. So it sounds good. It sounds cute. I mean, it sounds believable. But the reality of it is, until you find the person to say, hey, I'm going to let you move into my property with all those issues, that's all it is. Those are just thoughts and sayings, because it's not a reality. There's one big thing that people do not take in consideration. When you go to move into a property, there's something they're going to ask you, and it's going to be a reference. They're going to want to know, where are you living at currently? Let that sink in. I'm going to repeat. They're going to ask you, where are you living currently? And do you think the new landlord is going to want to hear that you're taking your current landlord to court? I mean, seriously, do you think the new prospective landlord is going to want to hear you're in court or you're taking the old landlord to court? You think they're going to say, hey, I'm going to let you in my house? What are the odds of that? And what if you have the utilities put on in your name? They could just do an electricity or utility trace. It'll come right back to you. So I just want to throw that out there for people who are in these type of situations, and people tell them that they could just move, or they're going to find somebody to let you in. There's a whole lot of things that go on with saying that are just not true. And when you get to that reference of where do you live, you're going to have to answer those people and telling the prospective landlord that you are suing your current landlord. It's not going to go over well, people. It's just not, okay? People going to tell you, oh, they're going to feel sorry for you. No, bottom line is they're going to hear you're suing and you not paying. That's all they going to hear. So for all those people out there, if you know someone who's kind like that, then please drop me a line, because I need to know those kind people that will let people move in that won't hear and listen to any of the other BS that's going on in their life about them suing the other landlord. I'm just keeping it real. So if you know people who are willing to let people move in that have sued landlords, let me know, because that would be really the first step. And so with that being said, moving people out of these situations that are dealing with slum properties, they don't have anywhere to go. They can't get out. Some of them have already been put with an eviction before they've even been evicted. So with that being said, when they do the score on all these different people, they're denied because on their record, they have an eviction. So let it sink in. If you go through the tenant screening process, and many of them make you do that, first of all, you got to pay a fee to be turned down. And hello, Mr. Carson, Mr. Carpenter, haven't seen you in a while. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to pay a fee to be turned down. So you're still stuck. And your eviction date is going to come within 30 to 45 days if the court process has already started. All right? So keep in mind, you filling out applications and you're putting down your name and you're trying to put down a landlord that you're suing, or you're going through credit or screening application processes. And once they filed your name in court for eviction, that showed up on your tenant screening. So they're going to deny you to move from that aspect if they're going on that avenue. Let all that sink in. So you got all these things fighting you, and you're the one fighting a slumlord in a property that's being demanded of rent. Let that sink in. So for many people, this holiday, I heard, I'm grateful to have a house, but I wish this will work in my house. Or I wish the kids could go in the basement. or I wish they could go up in the attic. And many people don't think about that, but it's a big deal to be able to utilize the house that you actually pay for. You really want to utilize the space of the place. And when you can't, that sucks. Who wants to have a 2,000 square feet and you can only use 500? Who? Who wants to do that? Now, if you're only paying for 500 square feet of space, maybe that's different. But they want you to pay for 2,000 square feet of space, but you can only use 500 square feet of space. See the distinction? So your money is for 2,000. You can only use 500 square feet, but you're being demanded 2,000 square feet of money every month. There's not even a compromise to just pay the 500 square feet a month because that's all that's in use. I'm not saying that's right, but I can at least say that will be fair. So moving on, and knowing that we have actual landlords who have come to the table. And so with the landlords coming to the table, this has been a very interesting phenomenon. And I'm hoping to bring them on in their capacity of actual landlords, of what they expect to receive. And with that being said, having a tenant, let's say, like the lady who interviewed last week. And good morning, Miss Honeycutt. Miss Honeycutt, set income. You ain't got to worry about her. She going to pay her bills. So let's say you get a good tenant like that is going to pay you. What if you just don't want to fix the property? How does that fall back on the tenant? Because it falls back on them deeply. When a tenant is taking a court, a lot of times what the petition would say, it would be headache-free properties versus, Shantae Jackson. They're going to have your actual name there, but they're not going to list their name that's suing you. Who the hell is headache-free properties? Who is headache-free? Because that ain't even a person's name. If an entity can't own property, why do we allow the courts to allow entities to sue us? That judge and that petition should be nullified right then and there. As a matter of fact, any court petition that has been filed under an alias, under those type of crazy names, Blue Blossom property, Blue Bonnet Basket property, all that, they should automatically be null and void. Why? Because an entity cannot own property. And if you can't own property as an entity, you shouldn't be allowed to sue in a court of law. See the distinction? And those are the cheats. That should make perfect, crystal clear sense to people out there, and it does. They just don't have the backbone to stand on what I just said. Again, no entity can own property, but we allow entities to take us to court every day. Well, good morning, Mr. Jamal Ingram. Slide on up here. Hey, you look familiar. Do I know you? Have I met you? I haven't?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you came to my studio.
Yep, go on ahead and pull that microphone up.
Yeah, you came to the studio.
I came to the studio and pull it up to where it can get comfortable. Right, slide it to you, slide it to you. So they just got in the studio. I'm going to play a song by them and to let them get comfortable real quick. And we are going to start our interview of SliccTown Records and Trey Ball on the beat. The producer is in the house. Matter of fact, let me see if I can flip this camera around. Nope, that wasn't it. That was not it. So I'm going to see if I can do it a different way. So good morning to y'all. And let me, since y'all did make it into the studio. So I think your no retreat, no surrender is going to kick me out and make Facebook shut me down. So I have to play no flaws isn't registered yet, correct?
Yes,
it is registered?
Oh, yeah.
Everything real.
This is dope. This is dope. I've already played it like 2 times already, but it is dope.
It's the first thing on the album.
Everything real round here, no flaw. Everything real round here, no flaws. XLT extendo, 4-door black on black with tinted windows, 212s, 5.4L, VA engine as I dwell, sitting custom kitted. Everything I do is misfitted and authentic. You know it's me and mine by the design. Like my name tatted, I got several misses, several triggers, and several hitters. We all go psycho for the dough. Being broke is a no. There's too many ways out here to get it. Always on the reach up with it, clutch on my lap when I'm sliding. I keep it saying friend 40 and 9, 24/7 the grind. Muddy mid, big stepper, militant minor, shooter with shooters, no cap, no flex. Just know everything real round here, no flaw. 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 I get it how I live, I guess the grain for real. Pay my own way and lane, no deal, no fucks to give. What a hater say you feel, keep that shit over there. We getting paper over here, all sweat, no pain, no tears to fear. Leave somebody mama shouting, wondering what it was all about. Or whoever wanna run their mouth, I came in peace. Fuck the clout, I am this bitch out. Sucker smaller than a mustard seed. Tatted them jeans you'll never see me in. I'm still printing. Big dog, mountain lion mix, stallion. Won't catch me without it. Put it on my unborn child. Don't doubt it. I walked in this bitch with J's on my feet. It's ice on my chest and ear. Everything real round here, no flaw. Everything real round here, no flaw. Everything real round here, no flaw. Everything real round here, no flaw.
I just sent him the link.
All right. Trey Ball on the beat. Welcome. It's your first time being on the show.
Yeah, first time.
And then, of course, we got Mr. Jamal Ingram, SliccTown Records in the house.
What's up, y'all?
So we got Mr. Chris Collins watching us. He was on the show with us last week. Oh, no. You can only tag us. You can't do in a live feed. I love you. So, yes, back in the house, Mr. Jamal Ingram. What's popping? Good morning.
Good morning. We're a little late, had a little car problems, but we here. We don't let nothing stop us.
Hey, you know what? It's a struggle by Tweezy to Don, and I played that this morning. You know what I mean? We all got struggles going on. It's all good. You made it.
Oh yeah, we're here. Glad to be here. We just dropped our album called Rough, Rugged, and Raw, produced by Trey Ball on the beat, written by me and Mr. Marlamine, the Misfit. It'll be dropping at the top of the year, first quarter, January 3rd, actually, to be exact. And the first single is called No Flaws, and we're looking for some definitely good numbers. Got some good support behind it. So yeah, we gonna do some big things this coming 2021, y'all.
Absolutely, and I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on, Mr. Trey Ball on the beat. What you got to say over there?
Man, been working hard in there trying to get this done. All custom-made original music, straight from scratch. We on it. New things coming.
And I love that, right?
Stay focused.
Yep, that was me. I was that girl. I better been. No, I was playing. I ain't no telling how many friends he don't have come over there. No. But nah, I came over this summer. And you had a really chill fam. Like I remember sitting on the porch, just swinging, chilling, having a real smooth, chill conversation. like was welcomed very well, like to be a stranger. And they said that too, like you ain't from around here once I started talking. But they definitely showed all love. How long you been Trey Ball on the Beat? Tell us about yourself.
I've been doing this since, how old I was, like 14, 15, started out with my people now. Came up with my own production name, made it legit, so we can make these things happen. I didn't work with some of everybody in the city though, but you know.
Name some of them names, man. Don't know the people that be working behind closed door from Blocker Boys. I ain't gonna name some of them boys.
Everybody, OG Bucky, everybody. So shout out to everybody in the city. I didn't work with some of everybody in the
That's why when I tell people we well connected, north, south, east, west, I be meaning that, man. Quiet as kept.
Basically everybody that been on here, you know, I done work with everybody.
I believe that too. I believe that. I got to kick it in parlay up in the studio. That's when I was just coming over there with my book club. Matter of fact, I had dropped him off the book.
Yep.
Actually, was when I came over there. I had just dropped him off the book from the libraries, The Color of Law. Yup. One of my book club members. Yup. Out at Forest Park. I even got a video of us out there talking about the book. Yep, that's what's up, because this man lives by a piece of history. For real. Have you ever told Trey Ball on the Beat about your history knowledge?
Not like directly, but just in dealing with you. Yeah, just hearing, hearing conversation. He know that I live on a historic site.
Yeah. I know about that.
Yeah, straight historic. That whole neighborhood is historic over there. There used to be railroad tracks, all sorts of stuff down in there. Like, I want to get in. Like, I'm a nerd when it comes to stuff like this. And people making money off that. I don't know why y'all ain't, because that's in y'all communities.
Yeah, we supposed to be involved in that.
You supposed to be involved. When that bus come through, y'all should know about that. Like, literally, they should be supporting black business coming through there, because it's about black history. But y'all don't get none of that cheese. You don't even know it's popping around you. But somebody do.
Yep.
You have to tap into
that. That is true.
Oh, baby, tap.
And I actually tried to battle the lot on the side of it, and they blocked me from doing it. And I was actually gonna put it like a little eatery there. You know what I'm saying? A little black-owned confectionery, as I call it, where you can walk up, grab something fresh to cook, either sit or leave. And they stopped me from doing it.
Absolutely they did. And I did a video on that block too. And I just wrote down the block, and I was shocked and amazed that the one house that I did, has now been knocked down by the city of St. Louis.
Yeah, they got that down in literally one day.
In one day. So I always tell people, like, hey, any block that I've went on and did work, I can literally say within a year something happened, whether sidewalks were fixed, buildings were knocked down, property owners, started taking care of their properties. I can literally say improvement was made in that community once I came in and did something. Literally. On every block on Fair, their sidewalks got fixed. I could go on so many of them just thinking they just all hit me at once. There's too many houses to think about. But yes, y'all deserve better, and y'all deserve more. They deserve to treat y'all better. And so that's what I'm here to do with Riley Renters, is to make sure you artists and you people down here, y'all get y'all money, man.
Oh, yeah.
Get y'all money, man.
Yeah, you got to.
Get y'all money, man.
Got to.
So hopefully everybody paying you for your artistic skills and talents on the way that you feel that you should be paid. Look, he smiled. He like, nah, all right, so that's a goal to get that money.
Yeah, I mean, that's the mindset now.
Ain't it?
You know what I'm saying? As being business owners and black business owners, our kind don't like to pay our kind. So we're going to make sure that the talent get paid for it. It's just not a hobby.
And I love that. And always our kind don't always make sure we putting out good music or good anything. Not always professional. A lot of times we want to throw out crumbs and want to amass the price. Baby, them are crumbs. Just like these houses is crumbling.
Yeah, you definitely got to be passionate about what you're doing.
On any
You know
level.
what I'm saying? Even when it comes to cooking or even when it comes to carpeting or plumbing, if it's not a passion you're doing and you're just doing it for the money, 9 times out of 10, you're going to come up with some bad business because people that do stuff just for the money, 9 times out of 10, you'll see the flaws in what they're doing. That's why that song "No Flaw" means so much, because there's passion in everything I touch. So it ain't just my music, it's the clothing line. It's Trey Ball on the beat. It's anybody I deal with. You know what I'm saying? If I'm passionate about you, I'm going to invest my time. If I got money, I'm gonna do whatever it is to make sure that you go a step higher. I don't get around or get involved with people, and I feel like I'm going to be part of holding them back. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't come into your life to hold you back. I came into your life to be a springboard for real.
Exactly. So
I came in your life to make sure that you get further ahead. I want to make sure that when I leave, you can say, dang, I learned this, or I did this with that girl. Up until then, I never did that until her. That's my mark on life. And I believe you are that way. Ever since we've met, you have definitely shown me the artistic side of your lyrical abilities. You can take songs and words and break them down, stop a beat, and create a new one. And then Mr. Trey Ball over here compliments it.
Yeah.
Look, he like, yeah, because I seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen you in there coming up with a beat to perfect around, because he had already had the words.
Yeah.
And you were perfecting the beat.
I just made it around what he already had, what he had on his paper or in his phone. I just made the beat around, you know, I vibed off him, what he had, and it just went from that, you know, the energy.
I mean, I can honestly say that we wouldn't be sitting here talking about rough, rugged, raw, no flaws, none of that, if this man didn't call me, because I was done. I was doing my clothing line. I'm chefing. I'm going back into the society and start working again. He called me out the blue. Was like, hey man, I'm tired. Man, come on. I need some real music. Come on, let's do this. Let's do this. So
Chris Collins said he got something for you to rap about.
Okay. I mean, I if I could put my heart onto it and I could feel it, it'd be done. And it'd be done like in minutes.
We believe that too.
Yeah.
And what keeps you passionate about moving through this?
What keep me passionate? This is what I love to do. You know, I've been doing this all my life. You know, so I have little ones that love to do it. So they be in there with me, jamming with me while I'm making beats. You know, I just love the sound of music. I love the energy I get out of it.
Yeah, we know we got a hit that we working on a hit when his kids keep coming back in there, Daddy, Daddy. Oh yeah.
Not the kids that's the one. That's the one, Daddy-O. That's the one.
I like that. Yeah, I gotta keep it going. I got little ones looking up to me, trying to keep me focused on it. So gotta stay on.
I definitely appreciate the hospitality, you know, and for the most part, being in St. Louis, because I'm not from here, I'm an import. You know, I've had to walk in a lot of different neighborhoods, and many times not know anybody. And the reception that I've received has been tremendous. So I definitely want to say thank you, because I remember being on that front porch swinging.
Talking to mom.
Mom, right. Just swinging on a little porch. We out there kicking it, like chilling. And it was just a phenomenal vibe from everybody in the house, and then what's going on in the house. Like, I love being around stuff like that. When people are creative, like, that attracts me. Like, I'm attracted to that. I like to see people do something that makes them successful or gives them energy or makes them whole in whatever atmosphere it is. That's what I like to see. And you was definitely, I mean, your back was to me and you was in. I don't even know if you really, that's why you probably don't remember me. You was so busy.
Focused. I was in the zone that day. They already had me working already into it already. So
you was. Shirt was off. I was like, dang, I mean, you was in, you was on the thing, and you was playing this particular beat, and you was working. And that might be why, because you literally was really, really into it. And so I'm talking to him about the book and just showing it to him.
I be in my zone. I zone everybody. I'm just focused. You know, I don't hear nothing else but that.
You didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear anything. All you heard was the music that was in front of you, and that was inspiring. And that's what I mean. Like, I dig what you do, for real, because I got to see you in action. You know, a lot of people talk about it, but they ain't in it. You was about it. So, I mean, definitely a super shout out to see the professionalism that you put into it. So I could only imagine the music that's going on out here that you are behind.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe you need to do a compilation of all the local artists who has utilized your music.
Oh, yeah, that's coming.
Oh, okay, just
That's
check.
definitely coming.
Yeah.
That ain't the only thing coming. He rap too, y'all. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. He featured on the album. I got him to do a hook. So.
Can we get any of that today? Can we get
Oh
any of
yeah,
that today?
it's called No Hugs, No Daps. I sent it to you. You got it.
No hugs, no dab.
Yeah, that's gonna be the second single.
Justin did get here, and he did load up No Flaws. So hold on, this is what we gonna do. We gonna play No Retreat, No Surrender, and then I'm gonna pull up No Daps, and we gonna get it popping.
RocketPro.com.
Never give up. Not me.
Keep on going, you just gotta fight it. Keep on going, cause it's not too late. You can't back down. You can't back down. Keep on going, you just gotta fight it. Keep on going, cause it's never too late. You can't back down. You can't back down.
Head in the days trying to find the words for hope. Heavy gets the play. You know I don't want it. I need a great escape. These words, heart, words to a son from a father. Yes, no, I'm unmasked. No straight jacket. No outrageous story to tell or foster. My template is sensei. Every good and bad thing my dad taught me. Legacy, loyalty. Learn several trades. Number one rule, keep the whip is money. A job, a hustle, or something depend on no one. From a boy to a man, be mine. Only as I stand with it, white, no matter what it is. So like I said, that's how I provided jazziness on my own misfit quest. Big Papa in the sky, so my moves finally fit the glorious.
I thought that's what you was talking about.
Keep on going, cause it's not too late. You can't back down. You can't
No
back
retreat, no
down.
surrender.
Keep on going, you just gotta fight. Keep on going, cause it's never too late. You can't back down. You can't back down.
Silence. You just gonna have to watch me. A lot finna be salty. Circle smaller than the mustard seed. One of the last of the G green, Tyson green mixed equal legacy. Treasure like sacred scriptures. There's no telling the mixture. There's only one for perfect God. Yes, and as a God, I know I'm just one. On this universe for perfect imperfections. I'm far from perfect, but I own up to my mistakes. Cause in effect, you get what you give, no in betweens or what you believe. I am J.A.I. Evolution tokens of glory. I am so much more than a common man. Come into my corridors and doors and take a glance. Yeah.
Keep on going, you just gotta fight it. Keep on going, cause it's not too late.
And Outlook.
No retreat, no surrender.
Keep on going, you just gotta fight it. Keep on going, cause it's never too late. You can't back down. You can't back down.
Mama's boy to a grown man. Here I am as I stand.
All right, hold on.
Head of the body, leader of the team. Everybody depending on me. Whispered in my daddy's ear on his deathbed
Okay,
before the
so how do
soul was
I,
at
can
rest.
I can't do it that way. I gotta transfer.
Daddy, I'm sorry for all of my mistakes, but I guarantee I got the family. Now look at me, center stage, paving the way, still fall heavenly. Rest in peace, Terry T. By far, all the lessons that you've given us. I am your shining star.
No hug, no doubt, no hug, no hug, no doubt, no hug, no hug, no doubt, no hug. I ain't faking with no niggas.
Never too late. You can't back down.
I shall.
You can't
Alcohol.
back down. Keep on going, you just gotta fight it. Keep on going, cause it's not too late.
All of the red.
You can't back down.
Here on out.
You can't back down.
Not
Keep
here
on
with
going,
the
you
sheriff.
just gotta fight it. Keep on going, cause it's never too late.
But I put my life
You
on.
can't back down. You
Witness
can't
greatness.
back down.
It's a Midwest misfit. SliccTown. From the mind of a misfit.
The mind of a misfit.
All hail your highness, for I am king amongst kings.
So can I just throw this up on the thing to play it? And that is No Retreat, No Surrender. You can't back down. Ooh, that is one of my cuts. I'm gonna have to give that some hands. Okay, wait a minute, one more again. As Big Fell would say, that's a two-hand salute, Brody, right there. Okay, two-hand salute right there. No faking. Right. I wonder if he heard that. Probably not, so I'm going to get away with it.
They don't call you Brody.
Right. Brody. That's from Kick It and Company, Big Fell. Boss Back Beaters Music. I believe that's what he goes by. So super shout out because I just stole his little saying. So I got to give him credit for that because I ain't no thief, right? I'm going to give you your credit. I do not steal, all right? So shout out to Big Fell. So back to this interview. I'm so grateful y'all came in today. Thank you for coming in and letting us be a part of this album release.
I appreciate it. Appreciate being here. Appreciate the opportunity.
But you also got some other stuff going on.
Yeah.
What's going on for New Year's?
Oh, yeah, y'all. January 1st, 2021, we're doing the Harlem Nights in St. Louis at the Spot. It's out on St. Charles Rock Road, and it is a dress code enforced. And before y'all get to go and seeing the flyers, don't go looking for no costumes. Just come dressed to impress, grown and sexy. Like, you will be turned away. It will be enforced. So you got to come on your grown man and your grown woman stuff. So.
Wait a minute. So I can't wear my little shorts and my little tank tops?
No, ain't
let my boobs hang out?
no hood and no thigh. We want people to be grown. So if it's like had a mind sense that, you know, you got a purpose. Like, we're about business and we're about trying to change the way we looked at. So.
You mean to tell me if I come with my tank top and a nipple hanging out, I can't get in?
You won't get him, not to that event, not that night. We
Okay.
got other, we got other events for that. That particular night is just basically to bring back something that's been missing for a long time, and that's us seeing ourselves in a different light. Like, if y'all watch that movie, I tell everybody that asks me about it, why you having this event? Because everybody in that movie, even the bum, the little boy from the beginning to the end, had on some type of suit. Wasn't no jeans, wasn't no T-shirts, it wasn't none of that. So that's basically what I'm trying to bring. That's how I used to dress, and I'm trying to get back to dressing like that on a daily basis. So yeah, we're gonna start right there. So yeah, y'all, I mean, January 1st, new
and you
year,
know what? I think
new
it's,
day, new money.
as a woman, I think it's almost sexy now that I've gotten older. Don't get me wrong, I was a floozy when I was younger, so I'm not gonna lie or deny, all right? I wore all that. But as I get older, I swear I think it's more sexier for a woman to have on clothes than to be naked. Like, I understand the part about leave something to the imagination. Like, I get that now. Maybe not when I was younger, but I damn sure get that now as I'm older. And I'm with you on that. Yes, it is a different atmosphere where everybody is dressed up. The atmosphere is different. You know how everybody treat each other is different. The respect levels are way different.
Right.
And so basically what you're trying to do, or what you're doing, is setting a tone. Is that
Right,
what I'm hearing?
Because right now St. Louis has this negative tone, and I done seen my city at the worst. I done seen my city at a brighter light. So I'm basically trying to turn that light back on us. You know what I'm saying? That together we gonna be something phenomenal, and divided as we are, that's why the city is in an uproar. So that particular night, we not gonna be in no uproar. We gonna be, on some love, life, and loyalty type stuff, and everybody gonna have a good time. And the gangsters, the business owners, everybody that call themselves being somebody gonna be there, and that's just how I feel. So just come out. We're gonna be at the Spot. SliccTown,
And
Slam
where is the
Wham.
spot? Go ahead and give out them that address. Oh, I put him on it. I put him on it.
Oh yeah, she put me in the spot. The spot, y'all, is located on
Hold
St. Charles Rock Road.
I got one on the spot sports bar. Hold on. St. Charles Rock Road. Ooh, 8816 St. Charles Rock Road.
There you go. Sorry, Brandy, because I'm sorry, I forgot, but you know, we in.
The spot sports bar, 8816 St. Charles Rock Road. And what time do we need to show up?
7 o'clock, January 1st, New Year 2021.
Not New Year's Eve, but New Year's Day.
Yes, Friday, not Thursday.
Friday. And Mr. Trey Ball on the beat. Are we going to see you there as well,
I'm
young
gonna be there. I'm
man?
gonna be there. Most definitely, I gotta be there. I'm gonna be there.
And so, definitely, I wonder how many songs we going to hear you in the background, but nobody knows it's going to be Trey Ball on the beat in the background. I'm just curious.
They'll see.
Right, they'll see.
They'll see.
So this is the part where you get to be there and you that one in the background with this grin on your face because you hear your music.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
You that guy, like the
Yeah, I'm that
speechwriter in the room that writes the speeches and nobody know they the ones who wrote it.
Right.
You that guy.
Yeah.
You that guy. So for all the ladies out there, when you see a guy out there just start to grin, that's probably the one who wrote the lyrics and did the beat. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. And what else do you have going on and plan for the new year?
Oh, well, we dropping more to my clothing line. If y'all ain't got in tune yet, Lou Vega International through KenCustom.com, where it's just me doing my creativity at its finest. Like, it's not nothing cheesy. So I designed some authentic wear, y'all, and I just did a signature wear for my family called Tyson Breed. So that's the next thing that we're gonna be dropping majorly, and it's already doing some good numbers. Quiet as kept.
And you need a video done for your songs, right?
Oh yeah, we doing videos. So yeah, if y'all got some good creativity and definitely a good camera, come and holler at me. I definitely need some videos and some commercials done to promote this album.
And make sure you come out in gear, because this man sells clothing. So what a way to support the artist.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
be wearing his clothing in the video. Not Gucci, not Nike, wear his clothing in the video. That's real support, is to have on the merch from the artist in his video.
True that.
True that. So make sure.
And we gonna get there. We gonna get there. Like this particular album, some of the songs is written like that's all I wear. Like we'll get there. We definitely gonna get there.
I'm throwing that out there for the
definitely mission.
audience.
Oh yeah.
For the audience who want to throw out the word support, like the thumbs, the likes, we definitely appreciate all that because that keeps us going, that keeps us flowing. But when we can come out and see our merch being worn, that's a whole different issue.
Yeah, we have to do an event, something like that, where that's the way you get in.
Right, we gonna set it up. I mean, we My City, My Music. There ain't nothing to it but to do it. Maybe get off the show and then you come and holler at us from noon to like maybe 2 or 3. Ain't nothing to it. Come and make your order. We have it here maybe the next week. We gonna figure out something because we gotta make sure that you in on this.
Right.
We gotta make sure that you in. And I can assure you, as a woman who has her own clothing line, it's a beautiful thing to walk in and see somebody wearing your merch. It'll totally turn your whole day around when somebody walk up to you in your clothes. Trey Ball, you got some clothes out there we need to know about?
I tell you, it's coming, though. It's coming.
It's coming, but I heard you got some fierce lyrics out there. What you got? You got anything with us today? You got something for us? Do you?
Yeah, I'm on this little song, No Hugs, No Doubt. I let him talk me into doing it. I don't really be doing all the rap stuff. I just like engineering, making it beat. I don't really be doing all that, but I had just got on this one for my brother.
And you know what? I do have No Hugs, No Dap. So let me figure out if I need to. I did download it, Justin. So do I need to do make it one of the songs, or can I just play it? I can drag it over. Drag it where? Up here? Justin, like I'm coming. All right. So we're going to hear No hugs, no dap. And if anybody who know, I am not tech savvy at all. I have always said that on this show, baby. You will never hear me lie. I don't know too much about tech. Okay. So no hugs, no dap is going to be played. So as we give Justin a little bit of time to help this woman out who don't know what she's doing. Trey Ball, what you got going on in 2021?
I got a lot going on. I got a couple of projects I'm working on. Still working on a few of them with my bro right here. I got a lot of beats out here. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get my mixing engineer sound out here for us, like the sauce I'm putting on songs to make people sound
That
good.
sauce. There it go. That sauce, that wham, baby.
That's what I'm working on. I'm working on getting my brand out here, getting the brand out here. That's what I'm working on. That.
When you gonna come back and be my guest? Because I know you done so much. You better make sure you come back with this man.
Most definitely, I am.
Yeah, we business partners, so it's like if I ain't here, he here.
I mean, and that's how it should be. Like, I'm promoting this. You're more than welcome. I ain't like, hey, throw down. None of that. Just come here and show up. Because I know that you professional and you real. I love supporting something that is absolutely real. And guess what? We got no hugs, no dap.
No hug, no dap, no hug, no hug, no dap, no hug, no hug, no dap, no hug. I ain't faking with no niggas. No hug, no dap, no hugs, no daps, no hugs, no daps. I ain't faking with no niggas. No hugs, no daps, no hugs, no daps, no hugs, no daps. I ain't faking with no niggas. No emotion, no feelings. Unattached, the heart buried. Muddy measure, trash and slick shit. Come and get it, misfitted, a slam wham, Mick Jazzy Jam. No longer giving a damn. I'm 2 tears in a bucket, no more fucks. Making sure the wings stuck in the chickens. Unsported pluck, is you with it or what? I'm more than a nut, keep that same energy indeed. If that's all you see, just keep it 100 and genuine. Ain't no fooling me, so keep it G. Oh, I can tell if you love it, fake it for me, or just won't be for me. I ain't never worried.
I sent y'all the link, so try to either get on Google
or
just join my feed. So I can try to bring y'all in on the live real quick.
No hugs, no daps, no hugs, no daps, no hugs, no daps. I ain't faking with no daps. I don't keep up with the company of misery, and if you ain't getting money like the team to me, you won't even get close to approach. It's no hugs, no daps. You can't go get boss up. I'm watching everybody move and move without the strap. Man, stay ready, sharp for combat, militant minded. Streets made a savage of me. The maneuvers firing. Found 4-7-40. Trey got the 9. Yes, heavenly. 3 shots, no half part. Street rockin'. Ruthless shooters with shooters. You can get more than a lyrical ass whooping tonight. All shooky now. Don't make me make you an example. I bet madness and hard-headed since a toddler in Pampers. Here I am, still a bastard with some waves that kept my own mama deeply in prayer, searching for answers. Lord have mercy. No hug, no dap, no hugs, no daps, no hugs, no daps. I ain't faking with no niggas. No hugs, no daps, no hugs, no daps, no hugs, no daps. I ain't faking with no niggas.
And that was no hugs, no daps. So that was you, sir?
Yes, that was me on there.
And what made you start rapping instead of being behind the, and you were still behind the music, correct?
Yeah.
So you were doing 2 things on this one.
Yeah, I was doing 2 things on there.
So
it just caught the vibe of the song, that's all. Just jumped up and got up on it. I do it. I'll make it sound good. I got you. So I just jumped up on her.
Yeah.
What did it feel like when you started collaborating lyrically?
I don't know, a bit nervous, but you know, by me doing it for so long, I had to knock the dust off myself. I ain't recorded myself in a long time.
A long time. You said that deep. Long time.
A long time, cause I don't rap, you know.
Apparently you do.
That ain't really my part.
All right, fair game.
So I stick to what I know, play my role. Engineer, beat man, that's what I do.
So who inspired you? Is there an engineer that you followed or watched, or someone that inspired you to be the beat man?
All the early music in the 90s for us, like when Dre them hit the scene, Beats by the Pound, Cash Money, like them kind of producers like that. The people who build with an artist and made their new sound. They came up with a whole new sound. I liked it, them guys. I like how they 3-6 Mafia did they beats. You know what I'm saying? They really turned me out on it too, cause how they had their 808s drum pattern and stuff like that. Guys with them hard hitting bass beats. Some of Too Short old beats too. He used to have them beats. Then I forgot the old school guy. What's his name? DJ Magic Mike. He used to have the instrumental CD with the bass on it, with the tapes on, the bass stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of music.
Yeah. And most young people don't even know anything about that. They don't know anything about that at all. They don't know nothing about that.
No, they don't know nothing about
that beat.
My uncle them used to play them tapes. Boy, they used to have them beating and rap.
That bass that when it came out the speakers when you were riding in a vehicle, like it literally rattled your chest. Mm-hmm. That deep bass, and it was clear too. It wasn't. I mean, you had to really know how to master to get a good, clear, deep bass sound. And you are correct. I love 3-6 Mafia. I think I loved them up until I think they just got so high they couldn't. They sipped on too much scissor. You can only drink too much scissor for so long. But yeah, I mean, they really were ingenuitive as far as their beats. I'm a beat person too. The beats first, but your lyrics mean something to me. Like if you coming on here and you're talking garbage, I mean, everything is about drugs, everything is about sex, everything's about guns. I mean, every song, you're gonna lose me. You have got to be creative. You have got to be an artist. An artist is someone who can appeal to any thought, any creation, not just one thing. So hearing Jamal in his, like, no retreat, no surrender, with the white girl coming in, or she sound white anyway, however it works.
You talking about Anna. Her name is Anna.
Anna. So Anna is white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anna white. So with Anna coming in and she fired, how it mixed up, it was fire. I remember hearing this song for the first time.
Shout out to rocketpro.com for the beat. Appreciate Anna. Anna definitely did her job on them lyrics. So
definitely. So last week we were here and we were eating. And huge shout out to Carolyn Dilworth of Phoenix Business Solutions, who was zoomed in for last week's show. Mm-hmm. And she ended up bringing food up here. And so we were over there and we were all eating. And your song came on, No Surrender, or No Retreat, No Surrender. I had never heard it as far as the studio's playlist. So I look up and I hit Justin, and Justin's like, it's been on there. And I'm like, oh, I'm sweet.
Shout out my city, my music. I appreciate the love, definitely.
I mean, because
Justin be doing his thing.
He did. He really did. Because I'm on our personal, like, messaging feeds, and he will definitely speak up. If it's not somebody who came through my city, he will say something like, why are you using our platform for music that ain't from here? Mm-hmm. Like, he will speak. So to hear your music come through, I'm like, whoa, what an honor.
Right.
Like, you have been selected. Like, that made me feel good. Because I know it came through Underground Flavors. Yeah. So, I mean, these are the doors that I believe that people should open for other people.
Yeah. The more doors open, the more doors I can open. I mean, when I walk through, well, me and him going in side by side, so he ain't even got nowhere around it. But it's like I got so many other people that I try to collab with. But brother to brother, we finna do this like on a whole nother level.
Oh, absolutely.
Trey sitting over there trying to be modest.
Put down on the game.
Right, Trey trying to be modest. But he know.
Yeah.
The city finna feel some real pressure, and I'm already ready for the hate. It's gonna come.
The hate is here.
You know what I'm saying?
The hate is
So,
already here.
We gonna slam wham and put them on a whole different slick part of the town. So yeah, that's just basically what it is.
Whenever you doing something positive, the hate is already there. Never
That's
think
always.
always.
That's
Never
always.
think the hate
That's
ain't there.
always.
If you doing something positive, the hate is naturally there because you
Always.
doing something positive. So even like last week, we did a huge show. Like I think every seat on here was filled, maybe except for one. And someone was here, and while they got here, somebody had gotten their head. And so normally they're very, very talkative. But last week's show, they weren't able to be so talkative because somebody got in their head. When you are about to do something major, but best believe some force is going to come out there to shut you down.
Oh yeah.
It's coming. For every positive, there's a negative. And you got to be prepared for that.
Gotta be.
We are. I mean, I already know
gotta
we're a
be,
force
yeah.
to be reckoned with. So like I said, we ready. Like the hate won't bother us. I mean, the hate gonna come. Like I use it as motivation. So
It's already
just
been
finna
the
there.
more hate, the more we gonna
Keep
keep
me
our foot on
motivated.
y'all
Keep me
chest.
focused. If they hating, I'm doing something right. If they hating, I'm doing something right.
Right.
I gotta be doing something right.
Absolutely.
Acting like
Absolutely. Like, I love the connection that we've already made. Like, I absolutely love the connection because, right, you're about to release an album. And so Tommy Woolsey, huge shout out to Miss Lady. She's out of Rolla. She hit me up and she's like, I love that song. I love that song. Who wrote it? I'll pay for it. Like, and that made me feel good because that's what I'm here for too. See, I'm in a rural community. In this rural community, most people have never heard of you. I mean, I'm being honest.
Oh yeah.
that. Right.
They haven't heard of you. They don't know of your music at all. So I'm a gateway. And I love being able to say that, if you understand what I'm saying, to be able to open up a door for you. So who knows, in springtime, I could be like, hey, yo, let's come up to Rolla. I've set something up for you to perform there.
Right. Do a sold out show.
Oh, yeah, because
Oh,
they
yeah.
ain't got nothing to do in Rolla. So they'll come out for you. I'm telling you all day. They ain't got nothing to do in Rolla.
Okay. That's definitely what we're looking for. We definitely finna get on the road. I mean, we can't win it without going
Traveling.
out there, right?
You got to
That's
be able
part
to
of-
get out there.
That's part of the
Yeah.
grind anyway.
Footwork.
So Mo Roots, you know, I don't know if you've ever heard it. There's a concert every year down in Steelville called Mo Roots. I've been a vendor up until my food truck got broke. It's a 3-day event. You go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday, pretty much you're packing up, to be honest. Sometimes they open up like Thursday night. But the idea is you're locked in. So imagine being locked in with 1,000 people. And with this pandemic, I can't imagine that any vending, any type of music thing is not going to blow up instantly once we come out of quarantine because now the vaccine's out.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine it not blowing up because everything was so quarantined over this last year. So imagine setting that up at like Steelville somewhere where we're all locked in for a 3-day music festival. And they sold those tickets for, they wasn't cheap to do that
I
either.
bet you they wouldn't.
They wasn't. So to be a vendor, I remember what I paid to vend. So vendors had a fee. And then the people who bought the tickets obviously had a fee. And they played music from, I think, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning until like 2, 3 o'clock until the next morning.
Okay.
From Friday,
Non-stop.
Saturday and Saturday night.
So it's basically like DJs, live bands, the whole nine.
All of it. All of
Everything.
it. Everything. And you locked in. And you on a private campground. So ain't no police. Ain't no none of that.
Okay.
But they did allow them to be able to walk through just for security purposes.
Oh, yeah.
And they were cool too. Because it was everything going on out there. So long as you didn't create a ruckus. And to me, that's how life should be. I firmly believe you should be able to do whatever you want to do. As long as you can keep a job, not violate your community,
Right.
and not violate your family. Long as you can abide by those 3 rules, I think you should do whatever you want. And them are things that I don't even agree with, but I'm not about to be a hypocrite. Just because I don't do it, I'm not going to say you can't do it.
Right.
I'm just going to keep it real. So, I mean, everything went on out there. People butt naked walking down the little...
I almost like a freak Nick.
What you said about freak Nick? These young folks don't know about no freak
Hey,
Nick.
I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like to me.
Freak Nick?
The
They don't
Freak
know
Nick?
nothing about Freak Nick. You know, Freak Nick got shut down I don't know how long ago. Freak Nick.
I guess I just told my age, but whatever.
You did. You was in Atlanta and Freak Nick because I was on Freak Nick too. Like, ooh, ooh. We went to Freak Nick.
Man.
Young folks don't know nothing about Freak Nick in Atlanta, baby.
Man.
We was in Freak Nick, baby. You don't even hear about Freak Nick no more.
No, they shut it down and tried to move it somewhere, and it didn't work.
Did they? I just remember being in Atlanta and we were all highways was shut down 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, baby. Everything was shut down. Freak Nick
Yeah, that
was it
Before your
until.
Lollapaloozas and all of that they're doing now.
Remember
Freak Nick was
Jefferson
it.
City? Was you here when we would shut down Jefferson City? We would shut down the whole Capitol when LU would have their homecoming. Lincoln's homecoming. Oh my gosh, that weekend Missouri was off the chain. Everybody would come down to Jeff City.
Yeah, I think my cousin them used to go down there.
Hell yeah! Back in the day, we did that one. Lincoln homecoming.
Yeah,
We
Lincoln.
shut down.
I knew. Yeah, I figured that's what you was talking about.
Yeah. If you don't know about shutting down Jefferson City,
Shout out DJ 314.
Ooh, Lord, ooh. I didn't mean to do that. I just spilled my drink. Hold on. Shout out to 314. And somewhere I'm gonna get this. I can't get
Yeah, he
my...
graduated from there. He wanted the alumni, one of the big dogs.
I could not get my little thing to play. Damn it. But there is a sound for that. Shout out to 314.
Oh, see. So we can't have nice things.
We can't have nice things around here. So, yeah, we definitely did a Freak Nick, and we had so much fun in Atlanta. And then we would go to Jefferson City, and we would have fun there as well. For people who've never been able to travel in packs and groups, you wouldn't know what it's like for everybody to plan a trip and everybody actually go and show up there.
Right.
I don't think they do. Do they do that anymore?
They do. It ought to
Not
be some
really.
BS.
I don't think they do. Not like they did, like for Freaknik and for LU. Like these were huge weekends we were planning for. Like we would start planning 2-3 months before the weekend even began.
Yeah, I ain't seen nothing big like that in a minute.
Me neither. Me neither.
Not on a scale where it's basically independent artists and stuff like that. I mean, they still do it. Like I said, it's like more or less like that's, to me, that's where they got the Lollapalooza and all of that from. You know, the outdoor events where you had the live bands and.
Yeah, they really do that. They do that. They still do that little live band at Rocket Box Park sometimes. They used to though. I think they just stopped it though.
Because of the pandemic.
Yeah, but that was about the only thing I was saying. They was doing like live band stuff like that.
And you missing it now. We talking about it. I brought it up for a reason because we had the time of our lives. We wasn't all that fighting, wasn't all that shooting. We all came out. We would kick it till the wee hours of the morning, and we all had a ball. And we would do it on an annual basis. It wasn't like it was a one-time thing. We did it regularly because we were all grown and we knew how to act. And I believe that's what you trying to bring back is that memory with being at the spot and everybody being grown. And so everybody should know how to act.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about me calling it the Harlem Nights is y'all should know what that movie symbolizes with the beginning of a lot of black careers. They was able to be, it's an all black cast other than, you know, the couple of guest appearances they had from other members, but it was basically an all white, you know what I'm saying? I mean, an all black cast, and everybody was suited. You don't even get that type of picture thrown out into society no more. So I don't care if this is the only night that I get to do it. This particular night, I want to see my people dressed up looking good, and it's gonna be a memory that we capture. Just so anybody that's there that night, January 1st, 2021, be at the spot, come bring your best, get on camera, and just, you know, act like, you know, we got some sense. Not like we train. I ain't saying come and be trained monkeys. Come and be who you are, but dress up. You know what I'm saying? Put on something other than thought wear. And that go for dudes too, because y'all be wearing some thought wear too.
No.
Dress casual.
Come and dress up, man. Like, dress up.
Dress
you know
like
what I'm
a
saying?
boss.
Like if you're going to church with your granny, you know what I'm
Dress to
saying?
success.
Yeah, like this
that.
for this night to be successful, everybody got to be a part and play their part. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes for you coming in and dapper Dan, looking fly. I was gonna wear a suit today, but we got other stuff to do after the show, so I ain't had time. But it ain't necessarily got to be no suit, y'all. It ain't got to have no tie, button down, some nice slacks, nice shoes. You know, throw on your little bling bling or whatever. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch Harlem Nights.
I was finna say, just go watch
get a
the
mindset
movie.
on what I'm trying to bring back to the element of just not the clubs, just society. Like, we should be dressing like that anyway.
And huge shout out to Chris Collins and Marshall Woolen, because they are keeping my news feed so live.
Shout out.
Super shout out, you know, to everybody that's definitely keeping it alive. And yes, we hope to see you, you know, New Year's Day at the spot on St. Charles Rock Road, 8816. I remember.
8816.
St. Charles Rock Road, New Year's Day, which will be, is that Friday?
Yes, it definitely is a Friday.
So it's going to be a Friday. Then, of course, if nobody's too drunk, we'll be back on here on Saturday for Underground Flavors. And I just want to say, Jamal Ingram, you know, I recruited him. I came on his block. I pretty much, you know, was doing a video. And I'm like, hey, you look interesting. Come talk in my video.
Now, what she said was, she was like, you stay over here? I'm like, yeah. She was like, you look interesting. You ain't got your pants all hanging down. Every time I come over here, I see somebody with their pants hanging down. And I'm raised in the same neighborhood, so she knew that I was somebody different.
I did say that. Oh, I did. That is something I would say, yes. Because I don't want to see your butt hanging out. Like, we grown. Like, why is your butt hanging out? Like, we too old for that. When I see people our age, if you 20-something, like, I guess I kind of get it. Like, that's...
No, I don't. I still don't get it. I don't care what age you. If you're not a baby walking around in a clothes because somebody bought you clothes too big and your pamper need to be changed, I don't want to see you like that. I don't care who you are.
I love you.
I don't want to see you.
You know what I'm saying? I
don't want to see
that,
it. We
man.
see, and this is grown folk talk.
Yeah, I mean, the little kids, I understand that's what they got y'all doing, but y'all need to really know what they got y'all doing, but I'm not going for it, so whatever.
It's not cool. Like, that's not cute. So, you know, to see a 40-year-old man trying to talk to me, I'm just like, man, if you don't pull them damn pants up, like, you done lost me all the way there. Once I seen that little waddle walk you got to keep your pants from not falling all the way down, like, man, like, that's what you do? That's what you do. And we wonder why we can't have an actual grown families around here. Yeah. Like, you done missed your prime, boo. That's 20, 30-year-old stuff. You in your 40s. And I get what you're saying. Don't even do it in your 20s and 30s. But for the people who have not been taught better, I'm going to say at least at some point, by your 40s, you should know what better is, damn it.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean,
I hope so, too. And apparently you don't if you walk up to me.
I used to be part of the fad of sagging. That's not sagging what they doing right now. They just... Y'all putting stuff on display but don't keep doing that. I mean, I don't even sag no more. Like, it's embarrassing.
No, you don't.
It's embarrassing. I mean, I'm sorry.
Because you're on a whole nother level now, like you get it.
I mean, it was just the way I was raised. People will be surprised that I used to wear suits and stuff every day. That's how my mama raised us.
There's a guy here named Doc Dillinger, and he has been definitely on his lapel game. And huge shout out to him because he looks fire in his suits. Yeah. Like he really do. Not the more cheap suits that look like you could barely afford them and, you know, they ain't the right size and you just borrowed your uncle's suits and you just trying to be cool. Not them kind of suits, you know what I mean? I mean the real... You know, like it actually fits you, like you into the suit, you know, type.
Some nice little tailor suits, oh yeah.
Right, they actually fit you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it. I guess I should knock the guy who do want to be in a suit and it don't fit him. But then again, yeah, I should, baby. I need you to find a suit to fit. All right, it's a little
It's
bit
the
more
right suit.
believable. Right, keep it realistic. Like I could believe you if it actually fit that you was really into this series, but you know. But it does make a difference. And I do believe this is an important conversation because it just seems like in today's society, we have gotten away from what does a respectful person look like? I do.
They forgot.
We have forgotten and we've got to intertwine. So like I got a phone call a couple of years ago from somebody who got stopped in a J.C. Penney's. And they were talking about they had their hoodie up, et cetera, et cetera. But I also know this person. You know, if you're walking around in pajamas in the middle of the day with the hoodie up and you got stopped, I really don't have too much sympathy for you, homie. You don't look like you're coming to really do business. You looking like you fit the profile of a thief. And so when people are willing to fit the profile, but then you're willing to complain, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, don't get into that statistic. Like, become your own flair or what they call it, trend. Like, create your own trend. Like, I just ain't with half the stuff people do these days. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that I wasn't because I wasn't raised. It's just like I can't get into it, and I definitely ain't gonna dress the way y'all dress, and I'm sorry. First of all, I'm too tall to be wearing tight pants. And
you only what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah, but I used to talk about my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because what they doing is, if y'all pull y'all pants up, y'all see how they actually fit. I mean, my daddy and them used to dress like that, so I used to talk about my daddy and them. You know, back in the day, they used to wear, I call them nut huggers, because you can see they print. Y'all know,
right?
Put their pants up so tight, but they used to be dapper. I can't do that. And it's like, y'all doing the opposite because y'all showing butt. They were showing, you know, that's just how tight their clothes were. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think people go with the trend because the Jones is doing it and really don't know themselves. And I know me, and I'm not gonna do that. I'm trying to create a trend that's been here, because ain't none of the stuff that we doing or ever gonna do, it's like it's never been here. It's been here always. You're just doing it different. Like I said, my dad used to wear it tight in the front. Y'all doing it, well, you know, whatever. And it is what it is.
Well, you have a friend on my Facebook, Marshall Woodland, was like, she's got a funny scene in her movie of the Grand Line about these young guys with their pants hanging off their butt, and she can't wait to get the project finished. A lot of people feel that way. You know, quiet is kept. This is a conversation that a lot of people won't have because they don't want to offend the people around them that has their pants hanging off their ass.
Well, if I offend anybody that's in my sector, meaning dealing with me on business, personal, family, so pull your pants up, take that tight crap off. They still make clothes that, you know, you can still look good in. And
what the stuff that fit?
Like, tell them, Trey, like,
I don't say it.
I'm like, man.
I stopped saying it.
Right, and Trey younger than me. And I
don't say it.
He don't say
It
it.
don't even feel right. I'm gonna run.
Y'all just got, I mean.
Okay, so I mean, we're going to have to make sure we do some videos about this because this is important too. You know, I really do believe that it's truly, truly important to really talk about things that people don't talk about or even think about. And if you want to be taken seriously, no, you cannot be walking around with your booty hanging out. You cannot be walking around in pajamas in the middle of the day. You know, when I see somebody in pajamas in the middle of the day, first thing I back up because I know you ain't brushed your teeth. You ain't even got dressed. So I know you ain't brushed your teeth.
This one thing I could say this.
I'm just saying. I'm just keeping it real.
Coming up as minority in any society, all you got to do is look at somebody that's got money. They don't dress like poor folks dress at all. At all. And I'm just leave it there. I ain't talking about people that's faking like they got money. The people that's really got money, they don't dress like what y'all see.
They wear sweatpants.
They dress broke.
Regular.
You would never know that they got money.
Yeah. Right. Or look at Russell Simmons.
I worked for a millionaire, and you would never know the man was a millionaire, and he was a full-blown millionaire. You would have never known it if you would have judged him by his appearance. No, most millionaires are actually very frugal. We just watch the Cardi B's and all these people who flaunt their money. We don't watch the people who's been millionaires from the beginning who don't need to flaunt. You can always tell a person who grew up in money and people who just came into money. People who come into money usually are the ones who are very flamboyant about it because they didn't have it, so they're gonna make sure everybody knows that they got it now. Versus people who came up with money, I mean, what they got to prove? Hell, they came up with money. So it's nothing to them. So their outlook is completely different. They don't have anything to prove. They don't want to prove anything. Why? Because they got money. They be the person you want to rob. So it's always a big difference when I see people setting themselves up to get robbed and people who walk around who don't want to get robbed. They're actually the target you want to rob, and you would never know it. The maid, a lot of times, the help, looks better dressed than the people that actually they work for. Because that's just our character. Once we get paid, we're going to have to step out and clown like in Harlem Nights. And don't shoot me in my pinky toe.
Right, no shooting in the pinky toe.
No shooting in the pinky toe. That was one of my favorite scenes. That was one of my favorite. And she did. She killed his ass. She beat his ass for that. So huge shout out to Della Reese. Do not disrespect a homegirl. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. She was a madam and she wasn't playing about her money. She was not playing that.
Yeah, like once again, y'all, Harlem Nights is just to bring a trend that to me is dead, and it's just that we can go out and have a good time, dress up, look good, and go home. Nobody dead, nobody shooting. Probably make some babies or something, but other than that, ain't no BS. Like,
if you watch Harlem Nights, that was about business. Wasn't no babies being made either. No women came to get their paper, all right? They weren't trying to get no babies.
Nah, we ain't gonna go.
I'm gonna say, let's keep in the theme.
It was some babies being made. You just forgot. It was some babies being made.
All right, well, we're gonna keep it for the young ones. We're gonna keep it for the young ones. Right, and I mean, y'all males, y'all can keep just making them. I'm in my, I'm over, Ain't no babies being made, all right? Damn it, ain't no babies being made. January. I'm sticking to it. But for all you young ones out there, you go ahead. But for this old one here, ain't no babies being made. And don't shoot me in the pinky toe.
All right. January 1st, y'all.
Is it going down?
It's going down. 7 o'clock, 8816 St. George Rock Road at the spot.
So the only thing that's missing is to have like the card table set up to where we can all gamble.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, we got the pool table, got the dartboard. It's gonna be live music for as the DJ go. We won't have no show dances at this one, I'm working on it. Maybe the next one we'll have some real live show dances like we in Vegas.
That would be cute. That would be cute.
It'll be something different. Like anything that I'm doing, y'all, from here on out, I'm gonna try to bring a different creativity that's never been brought to the city. Like, St. Louis, it's got so much creativity. It's like we stuck in a pattern of following. I ain't never been no follower, so.
Oh, super stuck.
And now that, I'm in the mindset and I got good people around me, we gonna make some dreams that we didn't think was we didn't think was gonna be able to come a reality. It's like small visions that we gonna make happen. Just like this Harlem Nights. That was just a dream I had. I woke up, called my cousin. Hey, cuz, what you think about this? He's like, we got January 1st open. I like that, man. Let's make it happen.
And you let cuz know, we do skits up in the house as well. And so definitely got to get my skits going on back again as far as taking these actual court cases and playing them out in real life skits so people can see the agony or the sarcasm of what we go through in everyday life. So I definitely want to, beyond music, I want to make sure everybody understands another door is opening, and it's called art. And there's a lot of money. Did you see Beyonce just dropped some cash for housing? Anybody see that?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see that? Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. So, real quick, Beyonce just dropped some cash for housing. And if you know me, that's what I do. I'm a tenants' rights advocate. Advocate. So, Mr. Jamal Ingram will tell you that I've had everybody read this book called The Color of Law. What did you find interesting, or did you find the book interesting?
Oh, yeah. It was very interesting just to know that you had somebody that wasn't of us to help us.
Yeah. So this national author, Mr. Richard Rothstein, he wrote this book back in like 2018, I think, 17, whatever. He was my guest at Julia Davis Library here in St. Louis, like live, when the book was actually hot and on the number one bestseller list. He was my guest. So in this book, the house that I talk about on Labadee is actually featured in the book. So we're literally is surrounded by literature that has went all over the world and talked about and discussed. My job was to bring people in the communities to want to be oral historians. My job was to bring people together to want to learn what's going on in your communities while giving you the educational background of what happened to you throughout history. So with that being said, everybody's looking for economic recovery. Well, one thing of economic recovery is to take actual court cases like Shelley versus Kramer. And real quick, can you tell the audience a little bit about Shelley versus Kramer?
Well, in a nutshell, it was the first black house allowed, or black tenants allowed to buy property after we weren't allowed over there, y'all. It was an all-white neighborhood. Let me just keep it 100. It was an all-white neighborhood. They didn't want black folks over there. These people fought blood, sweat, and tears until it got to the Supreme Court.
U.S. federal court.
They basically was beat twice, right?
Four
times before they won. And then as they got the victory, it really wasn't a victory per se. It was, but it wasn't. Like, they still had stuff they had to abide by, and they still had to go through the ridicule and whatever. But it's still there to this day, and didn't know where I was staying at until I woke up one day and all these Chinese white folks were standing outside my house, and I wanted to know what was going. Why y'all here?
And you ain't getting no money off of them, but somebody is.
That's how we learned
and
where
they
we
happy,
were staying at.
taking pictures.
Yeah.
So yes, Shelley versus Kramer. It's a huge court case. And the bottom line of the court case is on the fourth court case, which was a U.S. Supreme Court. So they lost at the state level. They lost at the appellate level. They lost at the Missouri Supreme Court level. But they won at the U.S. federal court level. And we applaud that not we, but the city of St. Louis, the board of realtors, different local organizations applaud that court case as a triumph for black people. Are you crazy? How is that a triumph if you had to go all the way to the U.S. federal court to win? So if they lost at the state court, if they lost at the appellate court, and they lost at the Missouri Supreme Court, does that mean all three of those courts were idiots? And the U.S. federal court were the only ones who knew law? Or does it mean what we complain about in 2020? That our laws, our courts, purposely make us lose. And that's what Shelley versus Kramer is an exemplary model of. How they made us lose, and we could only win to go to the federal court. How many black folks got money, Trey Ball on the beat, to go to the federal court to win?
To be honest, it's enough to go to the federal court to win, but not with the serious type of cases we be looking for to win. So.
But even to go, I'm talking monetary value. You know what it's like to even get an appellate attorney?
Man.
And they started $10,000 for a retainer. Right now in today's society, you can get one for $5, but they ain't coming out the gate, baby. They playing with you. Anyone that's solidified in court, they come out the gate at 10. So, once again, how many black people got $10,000 just
not
to get
too
to
many.
them? Bam.
Not too many.
Not
just
too many.
To get that, no. Ain't too many got that.
And should we have to go through all those circumstances to win?
No, you shouldn't have to.
Mm-mm.
But I mean, the biggest thing that I picked up about the case is that they didn't give up on what they believed in. Like, that whatever racism they kept fighting, they still had somebody that was in their corner that believed in them. I don't even think it was their money or whoever helped them fight that case. But the biggest thing that I got out of it is that they changed history by becoming the first African Americans there. And then you can look at my motivation that I get out of that negativity is that as long as you don't give up the fight, you'll win.
As long as you don't give up the fight, and you got to have $100,000 to keep the fight
Oh yeah,
going.
money talk, BS walk.
Because you ain't getting to the federal
that's
court.
the bottom line. Like, I hate to say that, but so that's what we're about. We gotta get some money. So support. We need that bread.
Then we need that bread, and if you understand. So if you understand that we were designed to lose. So if I bring a court case to you that lost, and I say this house was condemned by the city inspector and is still lost in court, you should really think about Shelley versus Kramer. It didn't lose because it lost because it wasn't a legal argument. It lost because the system makes us lose. Isn't that why we protesting in the street?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I bring these court cases up, so people can get a realistic understanding of what we're really arguing about. What are we really protesting? Because if you understand it, this ain't nothing new.
Right.
This is history all over again. But if you can't put your finger on it, it'll make you go crazy. So Shelley versus Kramer, if I can get all black people to really put that out there, because there's no argument if you look it up. They had to win in the federal court. So to give people the knowledge and understanding, when we say the whole damn system is guilty as hell, Shelley versus Kramer is what you're really talking about in a nutshell, if that makes sense to you. And that's where I fit in at. I'm the little nerd that comes in your communities. And this is what I do. So imagine what it's like to come in and do this type of work, and someone in your community tries to be like, whoa, stop, Rollo woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, whoa, stop, inner city guy. You don't read, I do. And then they try to tell me something about Shelley versus Kramer after I've given them the case to look it up.
Right.
So imagine how stagnant this is right now. How many people in the inner city are like, whoa, Rolla girl. And in reality, I'm here to help you, fool. What you want with me for? You didn't know anything about that until I just mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
So in reality, you will want to take this information and try to utilize it to help your people. So I shut up on that and get back into the interview to say there's another way to get money, there's another way to get property, and there's another way to help your community. Because this nerd girl right here has collected and done a lot of work to do that. And so I'm hoping that I can get enough people together, because this will be my Shelley versus Kramer man. He don't have to learn anything else. He is fluent in Shelley versus Kramer. That's all I need him to know about. So when I say we're designed to lose, his voice speaks up. Why? Because he's next door to the historic court case. Get it? Like he's living in history. Who wouldn't be more perfect than Mr. Jamal Ingram of SliccTown Records? No retreat, no surrender. Let that sit on a bio to the arts. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, let that sink in. So when I talk about we can snatch Beyonce money, I don't say that lightly. I mean that for real. But I just got people, you got to believe in him because I believe in him. And I know you believe in him with music. Would you believe in him for the arts?
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
No
So we
doubt.
could all believe in each other for the arts, and you make the beats. And so we got a guy, Noah Wine. He's doing music. He does different music. He calls it funk. You wasn't here to listen. Did you check his music out?
Mm-hmm.
What genre would you call that? Bluegrass?
I would say
No?
it's a mix like bluegrass. I wouldn't say almost, but it's
Well, we
it's
would
a
know.
worldly. It's definitely different. It's definitely different. You know what I'm saying? I had to send you a link, bro, and you can check him out. He got dreads. You know what I'm saying? He play guitar. He's different.
And I got white people
Like
who
funk
make
music.
music.
Yeah, I mean, but
Funk, yes, yeah.
you could say a little bluegrass funkadelic. You know
He
what
does
yeah.
call
Like
it funk.
that.
He
He-
does
it's
call
a
it funk.
It's a nice little infusion that he got going on. You know what I'm saying? All he needs is a little sauce, baby. You know.
He needs that
All he needs is a little
sauce.
sauce, and then it's a wrap.
He needs some
needs
sauce
that
on it. He needs
sauce.
a secret sauce on it.
Man,
And then I had another guy who works with Shakespeare at SCL, and he does a phenomenal job. And he so he's with, the plays. And so having Joshy, be a part and be on board is another phenomenal way. He's an artist and he does plays. So those are the type of things of trying to bring people together under one accord. Imagine how powerful we'll be. Imagine somebody already in the arts and we do the music. That's our money right there.
yeah, and then they're stepping into like Broadway.
That's stepping into Broadway. You got it. Because once you do the skits and the plays, that's what you're getting ready for anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's like the Muni, the Fox, the Black. Is it the Black Repertory Theater?
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. And I've already spoken to some of them.
Trey
And that's-
Ball, you ready for that? That's some big stage
And
stuff
that's
there, boy.
money.
That's some
Yeah.
what's the new beat you got that I ain't gonna say I can't write to. The Mozart beat, is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
Mozart.
That motherfucker fire, boy.
Oh, I bet. I can't even wait to hear. I cannot wait to hear. And so just imagine the type of sponsorship you get from doing art on top of music. This is another door. They love us in the arts. I used to always hear, Raina, when can you find more black people? Where's the black people? Do they like the arts? We would love to have more black people in the arts. I heard that all the time. Y'all, we about to kick in some damn doors. Like, here my black people is, you hear? Here they is right here. Y'all kept asking. Here's my black artists that are serious about their craft, and they get to actually play out the skits of what we're doing. These are court cases that we need to play out because it happened in our lives. So I'm just throwing that out there for people who might be interested in another door.
Mm-hmm.
I see you smile. I seen that big smile. Tell me about that big old smile, Mr. Trey Ball on the beat. I obviously
Man.
hit something with that. Tell me,
You
please.
say open new doors. Yeah, it's all about opening new doors. I can understand that vision right there. I support that. I'm down with that. With the art, because too many black people don't tap into art like that. But that's like a new door right there. That just triggers something in my brain to open up like another revenue of thinking on something else bigger. With that, I don't know. It just triggers something off in my brain. Made me start smiling.
Yeah, movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It just opened up something big in my mind right now.
And we on the
Different
brink of
avenues.
that. Like, we're literally on the brink of that. We on something big. I just got to get people settled down. We had Miss Honeycutt on the show last week. She had standing water in her basement for over 3 months. We finally got that drained. She has other issues, holes in her ceiling. Kids done fell through floors. I mean, she has serious issues going on in this property. Refrigerator isn't keeping the food cold, and those are representatives of a lot of people who are living like that. So as a tenants' rights advocate, I can assure you right now, I am 1%. I did not get down with the tenants advocates who claimed cancel rent. I didn't do none of that. And I didn't do the part about they just ran around and told people to have a rent strike. That got a lot of people evicted illegally. So if I can get people to settle down and want to learn law and procedures, I can make sure, I can tell you for sure, I can look in your face and say, I'm going to get you paid. Just like the Color of Law book, because that's what you'll be talking about. Like in Riverview, Tenants can get an inspection in Riverview. Let that sink in. Jennings either. You can get one in the city of St. Louis as a tenant, but you can't get one in Riverview. So let that sink in. You're a tenant. You're complaining like Miss Honeycutt, but the city inspector can never walk in your house. How does that protect you as a tenant?
It don't.
It don't. And what does that do for the city of Riverview? It always keeps them protected.
I was gonna say they protected.
They're always protected because they can always say, I've never walked in and see a tenant living in a substandard house. But you don't know that it's written that way. They can't. See how that works? Mm-hmm. So if I had advocates willing to stand on what I just said, that's important right there. See, that's worthy of a book. It really is. But most people don't think of that. So that's my job for people who want to do something off the cuff of how to make money on top of being on the cuff. I love the fact of leadership that was talked about right here, and that's what really made me bring it up, because these are words that are not always, they haven't been spoken at all. But to get that extra money that you talk about, let's get on that. Just pull your pants up.
It's definitely some different avenues and
pull your pants up, and let's get to this county council meeting, and let's start talking to these representatives to let them know that we serious about how we want to be treated. And see, when we look serious, we could be taken serious. When we look like we came to play, we gonna get played with.
Yep.
And people wonder why when they come out of meetings, nothing changed. You came in looking like a clown. They treated you like a clown. What you thought?
Right.
You thought they was gonna take you serious? You got 32 colors of hair in your hair. Not that I'm knocking, but not at that meeting, boo. There's a time and a place for everything. And I think that's where you're going with.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do whatever you want, because you see all these rich people doing it, get rich first, then do it. You can't do that when you broke. You're going to stay broke. That's why they doing it, to keep you broke.
This man said get rich first, and right there, that's all need to be said. I'm looking for music to intro us out, because that is it. Everybody trying to do the Cardi. Everybody trying to get these bad bodies. Mm-hmm. I know women flying to Mexico getting stuff put in them and taken out. Baby, if you got to get a butt on sale, you probably shouldn't be getting it. That's all I got to say, all right? If you need a 2-for-1 deal, if you got to go and talk to somebody who don't even know your language, that's probably not the avenue for you, boo. Okay, good luck on the surgery. Hope everything works out all right, and hope you don't be septic, as many women who've come back to the States are, because you went and got a body job for a discount. So you might want to come rich first before you try those rich type of procedures.
That's messed up. I just saw a story about somebody like that, but that's another show.
It's many females, many black women who are messed up right now from going and get those procedures. And so huge shout out to Doc Dillinger. I talked about him today. He ain't got his lapel game on.
Talking about you.
Was talking about him. He ain't got his lapel game on tight, but this man been in them suits, baby. And so I definitely want to give him a huge shout out, because he been looking fire on the lapel game. So we gonna go out today with no hugs, no dabs, no flaws, no retreat. Ghetto gospel. Pick one.
Trey, I'll let you pick.
No flaws.
No flaws. This will be about the 8th time today, and we're going to love it all 7 times before.
Everything real round here, no flaw. 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 XLT Extendo, 4-door black on black with tinted windows, 212s.